let's fix this rotted wood instead of replacing it. This deck was built less than 20 years ago, and it's pretty solid. It's actually built using 2x6s instead of 5/4 lumber. It's pressure treated, and getting a few spots like this where it's just rotting out. Around 2003 and 2004, the lumber industry switched pressure treated chemicals from copper, chromium, arsenic to one that's not as hazardous. And a lot of people think the wood just doesn't last as long now. And I'm kind of seeing that here. You think a 2x6 pressure treated deck would last a long time. So instead of replacing this whole board, which is 20 some feet long, and then the grain and the stain will never really match, let's fix this spot instead of replacing the whole board. The first step is to clean out all the loose debris. To do that, you can use flathead screwdrivers, chisels, wire brushes, pretty much whatever works. You want to get down to a hard, solid surface. Sometimes these rotted marks are much bigger than you think. You got to keep pulling back until you get solid wood. You can see it's still soft and spongy under here. We are pretty cleaned out here. You can see how much bigger it is once you get everything cleaned out. What first appeared to just be a small soft spot, you can see compared to my hand, got pretty big. Now we also could just, like I mentioned, replace the whole board, but this is 20 feet long. We could also sister up some more framing on the joists and do a scarf joint and piece it together, but again, it'll take a long time before it matches right with the decking next to it. And don't do this for structural purposes. This is a great method for localized rot only. Next step is just to make sure it's really dry. You can let the sun do that, or if you're impatient, heat gun. These are the two products we're going to be using. This one is JB Weld Liquid Hardener Wood Restore, and I'm pretty sure it's just like an exterior wood glue that you brush on and let it dry. And then you come back with JB Weld Wood Restore Repair Putty, and this is real similar to an automotive Bondo body filler, where you have hardener and then the putty itself, and you mix it together. Careful with how much hardener you put in, because the more you put in, the quicker it will set up. And sometimes it gets set up really quick before you can even get it in your repair. To put on this liquid hardener, I just got some of these cheap disposable chip brushes. You can just toss them when you're done. been a few hours and the hardener has dried. You can see how hard it makes it. So I'm going to proceed with mixing up a batch of the putty. The directions say if you have a golf ball size of putty, to put just a line across it, but I'm going to need a lot more than a golf ball in here, so I might do this in a few steps. I find it easiest just to wear a glove, and you can kind of work it in the crevices with your fingers. First coat is in. You want to make sure to get all the air pockets out. So I'm going to mix up the second batch. Now filling this a little proud is okay, because once this dries, I'm going to come back and sand it all down. Does anybody else just love the smell of Bondo? Because that stuff smells just like it. At any rate, is the next day, and it is hard as a rock. So if you ever use these sanding flap discs, they're awesome at removing a lot of material quickly. So I'm going to use that on an angle grinder. You can see just how hard it gets. With the bulk of the material removed, I'm going to come back with a little more controlled sanding. All right, and there you go. The downside about this kind of repair is it's not going to take stain, but there are so many stain matching spray paints that you can get that spray it and it will blend right in. Here's a repair I did years ago using the same method, painted it, and it is still holding really strong.